Oral farming can take you from a random background character to everyone's favorite character in a matter of seconds. It can be felt through the screen when done right. So today we're going to be taking a look at some of the coolest oral moments in anime history. Let's dive into it. Let's start with my boy Aizen. Aizen did the craziest thing in Bleach history, but before that you got to understand what happened first. Ichigo was on the greatest run of his life. This man put up to the Soul Society and started whooping everybody's ass, or at least keeping up with them. Ichigo was moving mad and he was basically unstoppable. So when Ichigo put up on Aizen on that hill, I instantly thought Aizen was about to get whooped. Aizen was about to get cooked, because whenever Ichigo's theme song started playing, you already knew it's game over. You already knew the plot armor was about to kick in. You already know Ichigo is about to win this fight easily. But this was a different story. Ichigo grabbed his sword, launched himself at Aizen, and swung with everything he had, with every bankai and everything left in him, just for Aizen to stop his bankai with just one finger. No swords, no defensive spell, no tricks, nothing. Aizen just used one finger to basically stop Ichigo's ultimate attack like it was nothing. Aizen was just moving mad that day. That is one of the most disrespectful things I've ever seen in my entire life. Aizen ate the attack like it was nothing. Aizen didn't just embarrass Ichigo. Aizen stopped Ichigo's music at the same exact time he blocks the attack. That is just crazy work. That just explained how broken and powerful Aizen was. This is just pure generational oral farming, because Aizen could have easily blocked the attack with his sword or done some tricks or something, but he decided to basically disrespect Ichigo to the fullest. That is insane, honestly. It's just insane. And you gotta remember, this is the same Ichigo who fought two captains and a lieutenant and almost won or was able to keep up with them, and yet he got schooled like a nobody. And from that moment on, Aizen was oral farming every single time he appeared on the screen. It didn't just stop there. Aizen was doing everything possible to get a clip here and there. Cause remember when the entire Gold Tier 13 thought they had Aizen trapped in a town just to find out? It was the other way around. Aizen destroyed those captains like they were a bunch of background characters for no reason. Aizen tricked all the captains. They all thought they had finally beaten Aizen, just to find out Aizen was just messing with your heads. It was Momo all along. Aizen was always 10 steps ahead of everybody else. Aizen is just one of the greatest oral farmers in modern anime history. Now let's talk about him. The man nicknamed him Escanor, the Sin of Pride, the walking embodiment of disrespect. Because if you're talking about pure oral farming, this man doesn't just oral farm. Everything he does is basically aura. During the Demon Clan invasion, everybody was getting folded. Estarossa pulled up with a commandment of love, and this ability is straight up unfair. Anybody who stood in front of him with even a tiny little bit of hatred in their heart would instantly lose the ability to fight. So one by one, the Holy Knights dropped to their knees and couldn't even lift their weapons anymore, struggling to move, and there was nothing any of them could do about it until the Sin of Pride pulled up, walking towards Estarossa casually like it was nothing, oral farming while everybody else couldn't lift a single finger. Every single person was shocked as to how Escanor was walking so casually. Even Estarossa asked Escanor, "How are you standing in front of me right now?" Escanor basically looked this nigga in the eye and said, "I have no reason to have any hatred towards you because you're weaker than me." That is one of the most disrespectful lines I've heard in the entire history of me watching anime. Mind you, this one is already cooking up every single person, but Escanor is calling him weak. Escanor is so arrogant, it's insane. But the one thing you can never take away from him is that he backs it up every single time he talks. And he did just that. Estarossa tried to attack Escanor with full counter, but Escanor didn't move, he didn't flinch. He just slammed his axe so hard that it destroyed every single thing around them and sent Estarossa back into the Shadow Realms. It only took like a minute for Escanor to basically defeat this guy that was basically making everybody fall to their knees. Absolute cinema. And one thing I love about Escanor is that he doesn't care about how powerful you are or your win ratio or your flexes or whatever. He's gonna still whoop your ass and oral farm. This is just one of the coldest oral moments in anime history of all time. It will probably make a top 10 list of the coldest moments ever, but let me know in the comments. Next up, we have one of the most satisfying beatdowns ever, Levi versus the Beast Titan. Cause before this fight, the Beast Titan was shown as a monster, a demon. Every time he showed up, somebody was dying, somebody was getting cut in half. During the battle of Shiganshina, the Beast Titan was moving mad, crashing boulders in his hands and throwing them at the scouts like he's pitching in the World Series. One throw alone killed entire squads, bodies after bodies after bodies. But Levi wasn't gonna let that slide, so Levi and the commander came up with a plan. The commander was gonna distract Zeke, whilst Levi basically goes in closer to try and attack Zeke, the Beast Titan. So Levi first had to kill every Titan protecting Zeke before Zeke even realized what was happening. And then Levi pulled up right behind him and didn't even give Zeke enough time to understand what was about to happen to him. Levi immediately hooks his ODM gear spears straight into the Beast Titan and starts cooking. I genuinely thought it was gonna be an interesting fight cause Levi is known to be the strongest and the Beast Titan was also known to be the biggest so far. But yet, it wasn't a fight even though the Beast Titan had all the advantage. It was straight up bullying. Levi pulled out 2 swords and went straight to work. He got the Beast Titan in the eyes, in the arms, had the Beast Titan on his knees. Zeke tried to move his hands to cover his nape, but it didn't matter. This man couldn't even do anything to protect himself. He was basically defenseless, even though he had all the advantages on his side. Levi made the Beast Titan look like a complete joke in less than 5 minutes. The Beast Titan instantly lost every single aura it ever possessed. No one feared the Beast Titan anymore because Levi was around. Levi's aura was already up in the sky, but now it went to a whole new level after that fight. It was crazy. Everybody understood as long as Levi was alive, all these Titans are just jokers. And let's be honest about Zeke for a second. Zeke thought he was the smartest guy in the room, but Captain Levi turned the walking weapon of mass destruction into a human McNugget. Zeke was crying inside his Titan shell, asking why Levi was moving so fast. He couldn't even understand what was happening or what had just happened. But Levi showed him there is levels to this game. You can have all the royal blood and Titan powers in the world, but if Levi locks onto you as a target, it's over. Pack your bags and just bury yourself alive because you're cooked. This is one of the coolest aura moments in Attack on Titan, hands down. Next on the list we have Gon. For most of Hunter x Hunter, Gon was this happy kid who walked into the most dangerous situations with a smile on his face, but after realizing Kite was truly dead, something in Gon just snapped. And instead of the normal shonen power up where the hero surpasses his limits to save everybody, Gon decided to sacrifice everything instead. He sacrificed his future, his potential, all of it just to get enough power to kill Pitou. Then Gon transformed into an adult in a matter of seconds with Rapunzel hair with enough aura and then to basically destroy Pitou. Pitou tried to attack Gon, but it was basically pointless. Gon disappeared and the next thing you know, he's standing right behind her like a demon charging up. Gon kicked Pitou straight into the sky and sent her flying. Then he started charging up his Jajenken and gave Pitou one of the nastiest punches I've ever seen in Hunter x Hunter. This sent Pitou flying for days. He walked towards Pitou and gave her another powerful punch. This was just straight bullying. Pitou tried, but it was still a failure. But for those few terrifying minutes, it was one of the greatest aura moments in anime history. One of the happiest kids in shonen became something so dangerous that even the monsters were scared of him. And the scariest part is that Pitou, the same one who was laughing and smiling while defeating everybody else, looked at Gon and felt genuinely scared for the first time. Pitou realized right then and there that Gon was not here to play because the sheer density of Gon's net was wrapping around the entire forest and his hair was moving into a different dimension. And when Gon hit her with a Jajenken, it wasn't just an attack, it was an execution. That was some dark heavy aura farming that you rarely see in anime. Gon became this tragic, vengeful monster that was willing to basically kill anybody that stood in his way. But it's one of my favorite aura moments in Hunter x Hunter. Next, we have to talk about One Piece. We have to talk about the moment Shanks pulled up to the Marineford and basically told the entire world to stop fighting, and everybody listened like good little boys. Grown men listening to a man with one arm is crazy work. But the Marineford wasn't just some little pirate fight. This was war. You had the Whitebeard pirates, the Marines, the Admirals, the 7 Warlords, Amphilos, Blackbeard, almost everybody was there. So much happened that day, it was insane. Whitebeard died, Ace died, Blackbeard got 2 devil fruits, people were dying here and there, nowhere was safe, the battlefield was completely destroyed, but no one wanted to stop fighting. Until Kobe stepped up and decided to tell everyone to stop fighting, but Akainu felt disrespected and tried to basically end Kobe's life. Then Shanks showed up, stops the attack, saves Kobe's life, and basically tells everyone to stop fighting or they will have to fight against him. Mind you, the entire battlefield was filled with admirals, pirates, 7 warlords, marines, strong people that were known to be so strong and powerful, yet they all listened like good little boys. Shanks has so much aura that the entire One Piece listened to him just like that without a single complaint. This type of aura cannot be taught. The only person that has this type of aura in the entire anime universe has to be Shanks. Because you're trying to tell me that Sengoku, Garp, Kizaru, Akainu were all at Marineford and decided to basically step back because Shanks said so. That is just some aura you cannot teach. No one wanted to go up against the red hair pirates. That's how powerful they are. Every single person in that battlefield just listened. The war ended just because Shanks said, if you want to keep fighting, you have to go through me then. And everybody just gave up and just went their way. That is just insane. Peak generational aura farming. And finally, the last on this list is the most glazed character in JJK, Gojo Satoru. But here's the thing, before Gojo became Gojo, Gojo, he was just potential man until Toji did something nobody thought was possible. Toji actually destroyed Gojo with zero chaos energy and left Gojo for dead. He chopped Gojo up like sushi, so while Gojo was on the verge of death, he finally figured out reverse chaos technique and healed himself. This is the exact moment Gojo became Gojo. He unlocked his full potential and went straight after Toji. Toji had just finished his job, gotten all his money he needed, and was on his way home. Then suddenly he sees a man with white hair floating in the middle of nowhere, covered in blood, smiling like he has lost his mind. Toji was first confused because he thought he was seeing a ghost of Gojo. But nah, Gojo was actually real. He wasn't dead. Gojo pulled up on Toji and hit him with every single color in the book, turning Toji into a half man, then later a dead man. Toji didn't just fail to kill Gojo, he accidentally created the strongest version of him. That's why Gojo is literally the last on this list, because the entire universe, the entire JJK universe glazed Gojo all the time. Every single person says with the sole exception of Gojo. And during the fight against Toji, Gojo was aura farming throughout the entire fight. It was like he was playing with Toji the entire time, just taking his time aura farming before he finishes Toji off. And you already know Gojo didn't stop there. Every single thing he did was just pure aura farming. The Shibuya incident, he fighting against those 3 clowns, just aura farming. Every single time, he was just purely just showing how powerful he was. Gojo getting sealed showed how much aura he had in the universe, because at first we knew Gojo was strong, but once Gojo got sealed, everybody that was evil that went into hiding just came out because they just heard Gojo was no more. They were that terrified of Gojo that they all went into hiding. That's how crazy it is. So Gojo's aura is crazy. He isn't even the main character, but his aura is literally in the skies. Absolute peak aura farmer. I have only one honorable mention for this aura moment, and it's gonna be Song Jinwoo. The reason why I didn't talk about him is because I could cover Song Jinwoo aura farming in an entire video. Every single episode this guy was doing something. He was aura farming his drip, making sure his drip doesn't get dirty, making sure we see that he's doing this cold shit every single episode. So I might cover him next time. Anyways, that'll be all for this video. Let me know in the comments how you will rank this moment, what your favorite aura moments are, and please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Till next time, au revoir.